How to make a professional sounding AI clone by combining HeyGen's AI avatar with 11 Labs professional voice cloning. If you don't know me, my name's Sabrina Ramonov. I previously sold an AI company for millions of dollars and have grown from 0 to 500,000 followers in just 6 months. Here's one of my viral AI avatar posts, 168,000 impressions on LinkedIn. And in this tutorial, I'm going to walk you step by step through a 100% automated system that generates AI avatars, uses a professional voice clone from 11 Labs, and then publishes your AI clone short form videos to all of the platforms. Now, this is a continuation of my previous video where I walk through the entire make.com scenario, how to build out each step. But the big difference with this version is I've updated the scenario so that you don't have to manually create JSON data structures anymore. Each HTTP node to publish the content to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, etc. Each node already has the JSON request embedded in it so that you don't have to create data structures separately. So I highly recommend downloading the newly updated and improved make scenario. There's going to be a newsletter in the description of this video where you can grab that, and it's 100% free. And just to recap how the automation works, the first step is to use Perplexity's real-time internet access to research our topic or niche, in this example, practical cybersecurity tips for families. And then we ask Perplexity to write a video script that's about 25 seconds long. Obviously, tweak this as desired. And then the next step is we use ChatGPT to write a video caption. So that's going to be the description in the TikTok video or the Instagram reel. Obviously, you can use Perplexity for this as well, but most people prefer ChatGPT or Claude for writing. And then the third step is to create the avatar video using HeyGen's API. I walked through this extensively in the last video. What we're going to be playing around with here are the voice settings. Okay, so we'll go back to that in a bit. Here are just some delays. For testing purposes, I usually lower the limit, but when you're running this for real, you want to set it to the maximum. So 300 is 5 minutes. The second one, you can set to 300 if you're making longer avatar videos, but if your avatar videos are fairly short, under 30 seconds, you probably don't need this second wait step. The next node is to fetch the avatar video when it's done. So you pass in the video ID, you wait however many minutes over here, and then you get the completed video from HeyGen. One caveat here is if you're on the HeyGen free plan, it only allows you to create 10 avatar videos per month. In other words, 10 credits per month. So you will have to upgrade to $99 per month, and that gives you 100 avatar videos per month. One common error here is you call this step and you can see the video completed in your HeyGen dashboard, but for some reason this step isn't fetching the video URL, even though you know it's completed. The most common reason for that is because you've run out of HeyGen API credits. So just double check that. The next step is to set up your social account. So this is really the only thing that you need to change. You're welcome to tweak other parts of the workflow, but this is the only node now that you have to fill out. So this is your Blotato API key. To get that, make sure you're signed up for Blotato. So go to blotato.com, go to pricing here. The API calls just use your credits. So every single plan has a bunch of credits included. Once you get your API key, connect your social accounts within Blotato, go to settings, connect all of your social accounts, and then grab your Instagram ID, your Facebook ID, your Facebook page ID, your LinkedIn ID, Twitter ID, TikTok ID, and Threads ID. And Blue Sky and YouTube are coming soon. But again, this is really the only thing that you need to change. This and probably the niche. But when you're first starting, just testing everything works, I don't even recommend changing Perplexity. Okay. The next step is to upload the video to Blotato. So this calls Blotato's API, passes in your API key and the video URL. And again, if you're seeing an error here where the video URL is empty, that means that you're not successfully fetching the video from HeyGen. And again, the two most common reasons for that are, number one, your video is taking longer to process, so you need to increase the wait time, or number two, you've simply run out of HeyGen API credits on the free plan, which is only 10 avatar videos per month. Once you upload the completed avatar video to Blotato, and then we have a router to publish it out to all the social platforms. So Facebook over here, Google Sheets. This is optional, but if you want to track the content you're publishing, you can do that in Google Sheets or Airtable. However, Blotato already tracks all of your published content, so this step is optional. Publish to LinkedIn, publish to Twitter, publish to TikTok, Threads, and Instagram. One thing I will point out for TikTok is there are a couple different options in terms of the parameters. So for example, is your brand, should you disable the duets? Is it AI generated? Do you want to disable stitch? Do you want to disable comments? Is it branded content, etc.? These are all set to default false, but if you want to change it to true, for example, is AI generated? Just change it in here like this. So from false to true. Okay, I'm going to change it back. Okay, that's all you have to do. So yeah, I've really simplified this automation. So the only thing you need to change to get it working the first time is set up social accounts. And all of these you're going to grab from Blotato. All right, now let's get to the professional voice piece. How do you do that? What are your options? So I'm going to play 3 examples. The first example is going to be just using HeyGen's out-of-the-box voice cloning. Because every time you make an AI avatar, it's also capturing your voice and attempting to clone your voice. So here it is.
Don't miss this. Simple cybersecurity tips to keep your family safe online. Use strong, unique passwords for every account and enable 2-factor authentication to block hackers.
Okay, now the second video is using 11 Labs professional voice cloning, which used 4 hours of audio recordings from my YouTube videos to create my voice clone. So here's the version with 11 Labs. Don't miss this. Simple cybersecurity tips to keep your family safe online. Use strong, unique passwords for every account and enable 2-factor authentication to block hackers. You can tell there's a massive difference between the 11 Labs voice and the HeyGen's voice, and that's truly because 11 Labs is 100% focused as a company on professional voice cloning and AI voices. Okay, now this third option is interesting as well. It combines 11 Labs professional voice clone with HeyGen's voice settings that you can tweak through API calls. So you can tweak things like the speed, the pitch, and the intonation of your voice. If you're not protecting your family's online safety, you're putting them at risk. Here's a quick tip. Use strong, unique passwords for every account and enable 2-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security. I really like that option too, and you can play around with it. Like that used speed 1.1, it used excited as the intonation, and we'll walk through all of those options. Let's start with the cheapest option, however. Let's say you don't want to pay for another subscription to 11 Labs. You just want to use HeyGen and tweak the API parameters so that the voice sounds a little bit better. Okay, so what you're going to do is go into Create Avatar Video and then scroll down to voice settings. So I'm going to open up the API docs for HeyGen just so you have this for reference. So if you go to docs.heygen.com/reference/create an avatar video v2, or you can just click it here, scroll down to voice settings. And these are the 3 that you can change. So the speed of the voice is a value between 0.5 and 1.5. The default is 1. In that third video I showed you, set the speed to 1.1. And I've actually tried it at 1.3 and it's already way, way too fast. Pitch is another option, so -50 to 50, the default is 0. In that third video, I set the pitch maximum to 50. And then emotion is the third option, and this is a drop-down menu within make.com. Excited, friendly, serious, soothing, or broadcaster. So let's see it in make.com. Right. This option is speed, just cut off here. Voice pitch, -50 to 50, and then voice emotion, excited, friendly, serious, soothing, or broadcaster. So I recommend playing around with these to see what combination you like. Typically, HeyGen's AI voice is pretty monotone. So another tip I have is when you're recording, speak in an exaggerated way, because HeyGen's AI clone voice is just going to like make it robotic and monotone sounding. So you almost want to exaggerate how you're talking a little bit. Don't go crazy. And obviously use the best possible microphone you can. An iPhone is also fine. Just make sure you're in a quiet environment. This kind of microphone obviously is better. You're just going to get much better audio quality. So that's another tip for improving the HeyGen AI voice clone. And then the third approach is by tweaking these parameters, the speed, the pitch, and the emotion. So those are the 3 tips and tricks I recommend. If you just want to use HeyGen, you don't want to use another subscription, but you just want to use HeyGen and optimize the quality of the voice within HeyGen. Exaggerate your voice and intonation a little bit when you're recording the training data for your avatar video. Make sure you're in a quiet environment using a professional microphone, ideally. Number 3, in the Create Avatar Video node, play around with these parameters until you get to something that sounds pretty good. I know many of you do want a professional voice clone with 11 Labs, so let's dive into how to do that. If you haven't already, check out 11labs.io. They're a company that is entirely focused on AI voice, and they do a really, really great job. I'm super impressed with the quality of the professional voice cloning. Once you sign up, then you're you're going to go into the app, which looks like this, head over to voices over here. I've already made my own voice, but you'll see here 0 out of 30 slots used. So click add a new voice. You have a couple of different options. You can design a new voice entirely from a text prompt, which is pretty cool. You can do an instant voice clone where you provide just a few minutes of audio and you'll get a voice clone, or you can get a professional voice clone, which is the most realistic. It requires at least 30 minutes of clean audio, no background noise, etc. If you're just starting out, you don't have a lot of audio, for example, to record, you can do instant voice clone. I personally did professional voice clone, but it's the same exact process. The main difference, however, is the amount of data you need to provide for the professional voice clone and also how long it takes. So for my professional voice clone, I basically put together 4 hours worth of YouTube videos, exported just the audio, uploaded it to 11 Labs last night, and then started off the training, and it was done this morning. But it takes hours and hours to create that professional voice clone, but you can tell from the videos that I showed you, it's significantly higher quality. The downside, however, is you can only have one professional voice clone on the creator plan, which is the one I'm on, this $11 per month. Unfortunately, the starter plan doesn't even include professional voice cloning. Choose the one that makes the most sense for you. If you're going to be producing a lot of these videos and it's representing business or brand, obviously I would recommend the professional voice clone. But let's go ahead and do an instant voice clone. Name your instant voice clone, upload your files. If you have video, typically you'll want to take the video and export just the audio. Otherwise, you won't be able to upload it because the file size is too large, only 10 megs each. Add your samples here. You can upload up to 25. You can add labels here as well. This helps you search for it in the future. So you could do like accents, British, for example, or whatever labels you want. And then click this to confirm consents, and then click add voice. And professional voice cloning pretty much follows the exact same process. You just have to upload a lot more data. So minimum is 30 minutes. Optimal, they said, is 3 hours. You can upload even more than 3 hours. I uploaded about 4.5 hours worth of high quality YouTube video, audio with this microphone and everything. Okay, now to see the voices, you can see them down here. So here's the instant voice clone. If you click personal, this is the easiest way to filter by the voices you've created. So here's instant voice clone. I shouldn't have labeled it British because I'm not British, but and then you can use it pretty much immediately. So now let's link our 11 Labs account to HeyGen. Go to HeyGen, go over to AI voice, and then integrate third-party voice up here in the top right corner. You're going to see a screen like this where you choose your service provider. So choose 11 Labs and grab your API key from 11 Labs and copy it here. Let's go back to 11 Labs, go to my account down here. You can see where it says API keys. Just go ahead and click on that and copy the API key over to HeyGen. Once you've done that, basically it's already set up. Then click manage. And you can see all the voices here. You get access to all the default 11 Labs voices as well, and you can choose which ones you want to import. So for example, the professional voice clone, you can see category pre-made, professional, or cloned is the instant voice clone. I already imported my professional voice clone. So I toggled it on. And then the instant voice clone that we just made, go ahead and toggle that on. If you want to import any of these other pre-made voices from 11 Labs, go ahead and toggle them on. You're all set there in terms of the integration. If you want to test out how the voice sounds immediately, just go ahead and create a video in HeyGen just so you can see how it sounds. So create portrait video, doesn't matter. Choose the avatar you've already created, okay? Then go to scripts. Okay, there's already a default script here, and you can change the voice up here. Main voices, these are from HeyGen. If you go to My Voices, this includes the 11 Labs one. You can see the tag here, 11 Labs, 11 Labs. From avatar means it's from the HeyGen avatar recording. And so we want to try the instant voice clone, right, that we just created. So let's do that. And what's cool is you don't even have to create the video. You can just press play, and it's going to show you, and it's going to play exactly how it sounds. You didn't hear that audio because of my screen recorders not recording the output from my computer, but basically it sounded a lot worse than the professional voice clone, right? This is an instant voice clone, and I uploaded like a 20-second example of me talking. In general, the voice clone is going to be better with more data that you upload it and higher quality, meaning quiet environments, professional or external microphone. But this is good just to check that everything works as expected, right? Now to integrate it within our automation, go back here. go to create avatar video, scroll down to voice settings, and what you're going to do is change the voice ID. So instead of your avatar voice, you want to look for the one we just made. In this case, instant voice clone. As we talked about before, you can change these parameters over here, test it out until you like it. And the last thing I'll point out is if you go back to 11 Labs and click on the voice, go ahead and click view to see more details about where it was used. So here under recent generations, these are the audio clips that were generated using this voice. You can also edit things like the name of the voice here, what labels you want to apply, and the description of your voice. And again, if you're going to do a professional voice clone, just keep in mind that it won't be ready for probably 5-6 hours. You'll get an email saying, hey, your voice is ready to be used, but just keep that in mind if you're following this tutorial and wondering why HeyGen can't access your 11 Labs voice yet. Whereas with the instant voice clone you saw, like we just made that in real time, it was immediately available within HeyGen. You're probably going to upload a little bit more data than I did, so maybe it'll take a couple minutes, but you don't have to wait hours and hours. So I recommend starting with the instant voice clone just to make sure you've got the entire workflow working, right? Everything's integrated with HeyGen. You can access it within the make.com automation, play around with these parameters. And then once you're happy with that whole workflow set up, everything's working, then go ahead and create a professional voice clone and just swap out the voice ID that you're using here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, drop a comment below. I love hearing from you. And in the next video, I plan to show you how to mix up the visuals in your avatar video so that it's not just your avatar with the same background every single time. I want you to be able to make videos that are a bit more dynamic and have more optionality in terms of the visuals. I'm Sabrina Ramonov. Thanks for watching.